Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. Today we've got women's 9A, 8C boulders and some hard stuff in the Alps. Good morning, Terry. How you doing?
Good morning, Matt. Good. You?
Yes, you're not good though, are you? You are disgustingly broken. List quickly, because we haven't got all day, your injuries.
I'm just gonna focus on my thumb that actually changed color this morning.
So dislocated thumb, bad knee, flu.
Or a big ass bruise that I don't know what it is.
Look, Terry is broken. She is pulling through for us though, so thank you very much. Now T, I've got some British 9A news from Spain. British climber Hazel Findlay has climbed her first 9A by sending Escalamasters a 9A in Catalonia, as reported by UKC. She becomes only the second British woman to climb that grade after Emma Twyford sent the Big Bang. Hazel and her partner Angus Killy chose the line together and trained together for the route. This sport climbing tick is her latest achievement in a long list of achievements, including hard bouldering, E9 trad, and big walling on El Cap.
Hi everyone, Hazel here. Just taking a minute to chat a little bit about Escalamasters, the sport route that I just climbed. It's actually right behind me. It's that really cool, overhanging prow line. And it starts off really steep, really sort of thuggy moves, and then you get a no hands knee bar rest, and then you have a very hard, thin, technical kind of power endurance section to the top, and it's just the best rock right from the start of the route right to the end. Really cool, interesting movement. I tried it first with my partner Angus back in the autumn and kind of just worked out the moves, and then went home and trained a bunch over winter, which was hard work, but seems to have paid off because came back just a few weeks ago and managed to do the route fairly quickly for me, given it's a hard route for me. It was a really fun and enjoyable process, and almost a tiny bit sad that it's over.
Hazel Findlay. Now, look, I said in that little voiceover that she's an all-round climber. She really is.
Yeah, it proves it.
Yeah, super techie climber as well. That 9A, I think it's sort of not surprised people, but it's a bit come out of nowhere, because you remember when Emma and oh my goodness, what's her name? Mina. Oh, my brain.
Miriam.
My brain left my body then. Mina, Leslie Wajestic, they were trying to be the first British woman to climb 9A. Hazel was kind of in that conversation, but I think she's obviously been training super hard and awesome to get that done.
But then she refocused maybe now into sport climbing, because maybe back then she was more focused on trad. She did do Magic Line and all of that in the Yosemite, so
yeah,
a couple of years later, rechanged focus.
She could be, but she sent a hard trad recently. There was that E9 she sent, so she's been obviously in a training phase, and yeah, back on the sports. Nice one, Hazel. Congratulations.
I've got more news of women crashing, and this time we're talking about Yanya Gombret. Yanya Gombret last week released a video of her climbing Bugelseen, an 8B+ in Austria. The boulder was put up by Clem Loskot in 2001, and in 2013, Nalle Hucketijvel repeated it and described it as one of the best and hardest boulders in the world. Nalle later put up the sit start, an 8C. Now the question is whether Yanya tried it and if she's coming back to send that sit start as well. I loved this video. We saw it a bit late for the news show last week because she did release it on the 8th of March. But yeah, 8B+, I think she tried it in December or something around that time and then came back to it and sent it. But yeah, who knows? Maybe
the possibilities,
she dabbled on the bottom.
Well, look, I know you've got a lot to say on this. Let's hold this because we're going to be chatting about Yanya halfway through the show in our talking point section. Now, from your hard boulders, I've got some 8C boulder news. James Pearson has climbed Junero, an 8C boulder in Albarracin, Spain. He and his partner, Caro Ciavaldini, have 2 young children, but are balancing parenthood and the hardest climbing of his life. Nick Bradley has climbed the Game, an 8C in Boulder Canyon, Colorado, as reported by 8A.nu. He spent 30 plus sessions on the climb, describing it as the most mentally demanding project I ever had. I'm just well impressed by James and Caro Cialdini's parenthood sending. Just super impressed. 2 kids. Mm-hmm. All of my friends who have children, right, who used to climb, and I say used to because they no longer do. They wanted to. They were like, nothing's going to change. It changed. And then there's a child, and then they don't go to the gym, and they become weak and depressed, and they stop climbing, and that's it. So, don't have kids.
Really, Matt? That's what you pick up? You just said they did it. They're doing it with 2 children.
They are. They're superhuman, aren't they? They've built their own house and stuff. They're like,
They definitely did nail the training with kids. Their Instagram videos are so cute. There's a little thingy and then...
A thingy? That's a human child,
I don't know what to call it. I don't know their names. A little baby.
Over there.
Usually make up names, so I don't feel it's appropriate. But no, it's cute. They definitely are nailing, the parenthood and the training, and they are pro climbers though, so I feel still training and being a climber is their priority.
Yeah.
I'm moving on to the 9A roundup. As reported on planetmountain.com, Yuji Hirayama, at the age of 53, made the first ascent of Peaceful Mountain, A9A, in Mount Futago in Japan. In France, Seb Bouin has done the first ascent of Mir, a 9A plus near Montpellier. This is his 8th 9A plus first ascent. However, none of them have been repeated yet. I have a fun fact for you.
Oh, go on then.
Yes, Yuji Hirayama. So his surname splits into Hira, which means peace, and Yama, which means mountain.
Right.
So that's why it's also the Peaceful Mountain.
So he's named a route after himself.
No, he also mentions that the crag and the place where he goes is quite peaceful, or this crag, and there's a lot of people and a good community. And it's a peaceful place, so it's the Peaceful Mountain.
I get it. It's beautiful. Very serene. Serene to less serene, because I'm talking about winter alpinizing now. Let's go to the Alps. Matt Helliker and John Bracey have climbed a new route on the Aiguille de Puteries in the Mont Blanc Massif and named it Mad Vlad. Matt and John, both Chamonix locals, climbed the 350-metre route with only trad gear, with difficulties at M7 or Scottish 8 and sketchy gear and suspect rock. If I can name the 2 fit dudes in Chamonix, it would be, Ben Tibbets as well, but Matt Helliker, John Bracey are just notorious for grinding their way up, working hard, doing big first ascents in an area that's been mainly climbed out, you know what I mean? They find the cool stuff, so cool story, that one.
But is it still a winter route then?
Yeah, it's winter, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of springy, but it's snowy and stuff and cold and, miserable and horrible and awful
stuff.
Winter.
I'm moving on to some more pleasant news, and I got more hard ascents from the US. Michaela Kirsch recently sent her first 8B plus boulder, and now reports on her Instagram that she and Isabel both sent Meadow Lark Lemon, an 8B in Red Rocks. Michaela only needed about 3 to 4 sessions, and Isabel did it even faster. Go check out the video on her Instagram. Meadowlark Lemon, it's the same boulder that Alex Puccio sent a couple of weeks ago. Remember the big block, orange, red? It's beautiful.
A lot of stuff happens in a few weeks.
You already forgot about it?
I haven't got a brain power to remember everything that comes into it, okay? A lot of it just goes.
That was it for my news.
Nice. Let's do the 9B counter. So we've got women's 9A. How many points?
1
point. 1 point. I don't remember my own system. So Hazel is on the 9B counter for, I think, the first time.
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, she did make the E10 counter, right?
Did we put her on it, though? What, for Magic Line you're talking about?
We might have put her on it. She sent an E10 Muy Caliente or something like that last year.
Yeah. Well, Magic Line was I don't know. But Hazel, congratulations. So, shop stuff, and I wanted to chat ropes because, look, I still find buying a rope to be the most annoying thing to buy, okay? I hate buying ropes.
Okay.
They're so boring.
No, they're not.
I know. And this is the opinion that I get told all the time online. They're not boring, Matt. And to be fair, they're obviously useful, very important. You need to get the right one. So new ropes back in stock, specifically Edelrid, Beal and Fixie. Fixie, always in my heart, Spanish company, great company. So new ropes on the Epic TV shop. Grab one.
Do you remember that Fixie rope back in the days with all the collars?
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like, when you would lower somebody down, you get like an epileptic shot.
Right. I don't think it's even back in the days. I think it's still out. You can buy
Really?
it. I think so, yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while.
I don't know. It's
was a
probably
good-
available.
It was like one of those ropes that you always see. Like, I want it, until like you lower someone and you're like,
Wow. Yeah.
I want to talk to you about instead some portable hanging devices to like, you know, warm up, train. From Ash, they're back in stock, and Dudes vs. Gravity, a new brand we have on the shop.
Interesting name.
Well, they also make very beautiful and sleek hangboards.
Okay.
So check them out in case you need a hangboard.
There we go.
You might need one.
always need one. I mean, it's good warming up at the crag, especially a portable one.
Yes.
You can just take along to the crag, warm up, and then crank. It's good. Okay, talking points. We mentioned it earlier. Yanya Gombret 8B+. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. 2 questions for you, because you are a dedicated Yanya fan. I know this. You've got a selfie and everything. You go a bit shaky when you see her. Why hasn't she said harder?
Well, because she probably doesn't have the time to.
Do you reckon it is a time thing?
I'm just making excuses for Yanya now. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think it's a time thing, definitely. Like, if your focus is on competitions, taking the time out to, she went to like Austria. She tried it. Maybe she did on the first session. I'm just like assuming she came back to try it again.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of like time going outdoor bouldering, and it's a total different style. I mean, you saw that video. It's all on crimps, and like, when do you get like a crimpy boulder in a comp nowadays?
No, you definitely do. I've seen it.
Yeah, but like a crimp heavy.
I mean, look, it almost sounds like we're doing a down, right? We're like, oh my God, why hasn't she? She's done 8B+. That is like better than most 90% of the world could achieve, right?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because she is undisputably the best comp climber, women's comp climber in the world, right?
Yeah.
Undisputably. She has to be by now. There are up and comers and all the rest, blah, 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 blah. Because she's the best, I think we kind of assume she must have sent 9B, she must have sent AC.
Exactly. We're kind of expecting it. She also did just like, her birthday was a couple of days ago and she's 23. But like, she's so young, like, she has her whole future ahead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel we shouldn't like put the pressure on her to like send harder. But I mean, possibly an 8C boulder coming up, that's not bad.
I was chatting to an insider, can't mention names, but they were saying, because I was like, surely it's time that Yanya went and climbed 9B outside. Like, it's time, right? And they were like, the problem is the cycle of the Olympic stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, well, she's got time off before the next Olympics. It's not like that, because this year's like the comeback year. Everyone's like back into it after the Olympics and stuff.
Okay.
Then we start to get into the qualifying already. So this person's argument was there's no time for her to go and do it, which is kind of your argument.
Yeah, well, it's just the winter season, isn't it? Because like, but then
And
again,
then she's training. She's in the gym.
Yeah, exactly. You're either in a gym or you like travel to Spain and things like that.
Plus, imagine she puts her leg down on a dodgy bit of rock, twists her knee, has an injury outside. I know you can get injured inside, but it's probably more controllable. Maybe that's in the mind as well.
Yeah, but then she goes outdoors and like flashes 8C.
Well, yeah, she has to, because if she doesn't, she might get injured. It's like, don't fall off, you might hurt yourself, all right? No, but like, it is interesting, and I think we're all, it sounds weird, but I'm kind of excited for her to stop competing just to see what she can do on rock. And I know she's miles away from stopping competing. She's 23, we mentioned it, but I can't wait to see.
It's exciting, and no pressure on you, Yanya.
No pressure. She deals with it pretty well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, talking about women under pressure, the Epic TV movie of this week features Savannah, who is an incredible climber. We've worked with her before, and now she's got a feature film out in Spain, climbing hard routes, but check out the teaser.
No, it's really easy for me to remember that feeling because, well, I've had like 8 months to think about it, so... My whole world fell apart. my name is Swana Viernason, I'm 29 and I'm a French climber.
Women on the Wall episode 2 that's dropping this Thursday on Epic TV. So make sure to subscribe to Epic TV and Climbing Daily so you won't miss any of the videos because, you know, they're coming to you daily.
All the time. Comment of the week. And we got a song this time. So, roll it. Thank you to Eva and Lucy for sending that in. And you can join in the fun. Stop us singing by sending your comment of the week. You can email climb@epictv.com. Drop us a DM on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Send it over. We don't need to sing. So I've got my comment of the week on my WhatsApp. Look at this. Right, so...
You're welcome.
This, thanks for that. This is from Guillaume Couture Levesque.
Guillaume!
Guillaume, eh? What did I say? Guillaume. He says, what does it mean for a route to be futuristic? Legit question, I have no idea. Now, we were talking about this. People say, like, oh my God, man, that move is so futuristic.
Is that your Chris Sharma impression?
That could be many climbers' impressions. Like, to me, it just means a move that's, like, it's a bit out of the box. That hasn't necessarily, like, you wouldn't have seen that 10 years ago and gone, that's the obvious move or obvious line. It's something that has something maybe techie in it, some kind of huge jump to a disgusting crimp or something that no one would consider. It's got to be like, you know, if you look at a Ford Focus and you look at a Tesla, you can tell the Tesla is the future. It's the same kind of thing. Same thing.
Imagine bolts on a Tesla. Anyway, no, yes, but I think that the term came out from Chris Sharma when he was like bolting in Spain, like those first 9 Bs. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's so futuristic, because it was like also the comparison, or he was bringing like indoor to outdoor climbing, like with dynos and all that stuff that like you usually would go, oh, well, it's impossible. It's like 2 meters black.
Yeah.
Why not just jump?
Futuristic, it covers everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My comment is from David Kimber, and he says, comment of the week, singing makes me hit dislike instantly every time.
Every time.
Harsh!
That's pretty harsh, sir.
Comment of the week.
That was a bit harsh, but that's why we try to get people sending in their songs. So please DM us on Instagram or send an email to climb@epictv.com.
You're just repeating the splurge.
Okay, there we go.
You're just splurging. I like it. I like it. Terry's so injured. She's reached the end of the show, and that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. We will be back next week for more news.